What is up, everybody? It's Anna Cramling, and today I'm going to be analyzing one of the most exciting chess games that I've seen in PogChamps between MrBeast and Ludwig. And Ludwig, he is a veteran when it comes to, chess tournaments and participating in PogChamps and all that type of stuff. And he had done a challenge for MrBeast that said the loser has to post a picture on their Instagram in a cat-made outfit. Now, everybody pretty much thought that Ludwig was going to be the winner of this match. I think that when it comes to predictions, there were 3 million channel points on Ludwig and only 100,000 on MrBeast. So, when MrBeast went ahead and won a chess game against Ludwig, it literally just turned the whole world upside down and, the tens of thousands of viewers that were watching this live. So, in this game, or in this video, I'm gonna go through how MrBeast actually beat Ludwig in that chess game. And here we have the game. Ludwig, MrBeast pretty much said that he knew everything that Ludwig was gonna do. He had an insane preparation, and Ludwig decided to go for the Scandinavian, which the Scandinavian is. Wait, I'm gonna make myself bigger. Everybody. Look at that. Look at that. I've made myself big. Okay. The Scandinavian is the type of opening that typically, objectively, is not that great. Mostly. If white knows exactly what to do. But it's a pretty good, it's a pretty good opening. It's kind of spicy. But e4 d5, this is the Scandinavian. E takes d5 and then queen takes d5, so you get your queen out very early on, which is kind of the issue. And then knight c3, and here at this point, typically one of the most common moves is to go queen a5 or queen d8. Queen d6 is also a pretty common move, which is what Ludwig played. And then g3 was played by MrBeast to take this whole diagonal. I don't think that g3 is that common of a move. Typically, here you go for other things like d4. You try to get the center pretty quickly, but knight f6 is played, bishop g2. Now you got a fianchetto bishop over here. Bishop f5 was played, h3. H3, I guess that his idea was to push g4. I think that stuff like going d3 and getting the bishop out would have been stronger. You don't really need to go for h3. But now, now knight d7 was played. Bishop takes b7 would have been a fantastic move. But MrBeast wanted to go g4, so g4 was played. And the issue with going g4 and doing these setups is that now it might be a little bit dangerous for MrBeast to castle on the king side. So typically one shouldn't be too afraid of, these h3, g4 pushes. Alternatively, like h6, g5 pushes. Because then they cannot really castle king side. They're probably gonna have to castle queen side to have a safe king. d3 was played just to get the bishop out. Long castles was played here. Knight g2, which was great to get the pieces out. e5, bishop e3, putting the bishop in the place where it should be, looking towards the king. King b8, defending that pawn. Queen d2. And now one may think that MrBeast is really considering to castle queen side over here, which I think looks pretty good. But after a6, MrBeast said, no, we castling king side. I'm going to go for a queen side attack, which is also, I think that it's quite dangerous. But, we'll see. We'll see if it was beneficial during the game. So h5 was played, which is a great reacting move when you're playing against the king side. You want to, basically what both colors want to do right now is to race with the pawns. They just want to run. And h5 is a great way of trying to break the defense that white has here. So g5 was played, which is good to not open up any files, threatening this knight. Knight h7, and here b4 was played. And b4 is a good move. Because what you're trying to do when you go b4 is, once again, you're just trying to break the whole defense of black. So this is actually a really great move. The threat is to go b5. And if queen takes b4, then there's going to be rook b1. And all of a sudden, this b7 pawn is going to be falling. So you don't want to do that. But Ludwig, he didn't believe in MrBeast's attack, so he took on b4, and rook b1 happened, queen d6, and here, rook takes b7 would probably have been the immediately winning move, but rook b2 was played. I don't think that he saw that this pawn was hanging. But after rook takes b7, king c8, I mean, taking a second rook over here would just have been absolutely fantastic, even though there's not a checkmate right now. I mean, there's not really that many things that, you know, that you can do as black. Like, let's say that something like this is played, then I mean, knight d5 could be an idea, trying to go for rook takes c7, and all the pieces are attacking right now. So, but rook b2 was played c6 because he now realized that this pawn was hanging. Rook b1, he took the second rook in, and now he went for b5. And after b5, I mean, one can already see that there's lots of things happening in this file, and actually would probably have been quite strong to go for something like knight takes b5 and then, you know, gone the queen in, but that's quite a difficult move to see. So a4 was also a fantastic move just to break the whole pawn chain that there is going on here, like you want to do when you're attacking a king. So king c7 was played, and now MrBeast immediately saw that if possible there would be a knight b5 fork. So he went ahead and sacrificed a rook against Ludwig. With the rook takes b5, and after pawn takes b5, there was knight b5, and that was a fork. And yeah, then he just basically got the queen. This was just absolutely fantastic. I mean, even though, like, you know, this was just a tactic, like, this was not an easy tactic to see back there. So queen c3 check, knight c5, he started taking all the pieces, and here there were several checkmates here. Like, for instance, there's rook b7 check, and after king e8 there's queen checkmate, and if here, well, then there's gonna be queen e7, king here, and then bishop e4 checkmate. So there were lots of checkmates here, but MrBeast opted for taking some pawns, and here once again rook b7 would have led to checkmate in a few moves, but he started to, you know, not checkmate. Queen check, went back and forth a little bit. Here, yeah, he wanted to go for a rook exchange, which is good. Something that is good to do when you're up material. So he was able to take everything, but all of a sudden, everybody, knight f3 happened, and he did not see that the knight could be taken. So he actually gave his queen. He gave his queen, everybody. There's a bonus gambit here. King g3, knight takes e1. Fortunately, you know, for him, these pawns were very strong, and this is still winning. But still, this definitely did complicate the game quite a lot more than what it had to be. So we can see that he did a good, he played well by taking all of these pawns. But here, he knew that at some point the king would have to go. He would have to get the king in front of the promotion square. And then there would be this queen d8 promotion. So you can see how exactly he checkmated him. But there we had it. Queen a6. It was a crazy game, everybody. Ludwig gave his rook. MrBeast, he gave his queen. But still, the game ended in a win for MrBeast. So this is definitely one of the craziest games that, you know, that I've seen in PogChamps. Ultimately, this was the first game of the match. In the second game, Ludwig won, and then that was 1-1. So they had to play tie breaks. And in the tiebreakers, which were also very exciting, started with a draw against MrBeast and Ludwig, and then ended up with Ludwig winning, which means that MrBeast will be a cat made. But it was a very, very, very exciting match. Like, typically it's not that often or common that these games turn into, or like these matches turn into tiebreakers, etc. And especially in this match where everybody thought that Ludwig would easily beat MrBeast. MrBeast showed that, you know, he could definitely put up a big fight in a match like this. So hope that you guys enjoy the video. And once again, I'm doing a little recap every day on on these PogChamps matches. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if you're enjoying this and if you want to see more videos like this, just to know a little bit more what's going on in PogChamps. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful morning, evening, day, whatever it is, wherever you live. Stay happy, stay healthy, smile a lot, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.